Alright, so range of string actually no longer exists. I can prove that to you actually. If I uncomment this out, we will see an error where it says the value of type string has no member range of string. So we have no range of string. Well, in order to get the range, you'll have to work with indexes to get that. This kind of applies. It's changed up a little bit. I'm going to comment it out for just a second to see what happens. And actually it does. So if you see down here in our box, if I can move this up, but basically you can see that it does go through each of the characters inside of that string and outputs the letter, the index, and its position. So that does actually work because I printed out the index. So this still applies. Oh, I did character indices. I believe if you remove the character indices, we can probably just see the indices. Nope, it's still the same thing. So that still applies. Yay. But I'm going to comment it out because it is kind of messy down here. But that still works. So at least we know that. So inserting and removing has definitely changed a little bit. So let's go ahead and uncomment this out. Also uncomment the comment. So this is actually no more, it's not at index, it's actually just at. So it's insert at method. And so when we do, let's go ahead and comment this out here. We should see in the little arrow right here, this says incorrect argument label in call. It was expecting at, so let's go ahead and remove index. Now it should work. And it does. So that still applies, which is awesome. Let's see, remove is actually different as well. It's no longer remove at index, it's remove at. Let's say it's remove at, so alright, and then again if we uncomment this out, we should see another little error here. Yes, successor is not available, and to get the index called, it's index after. So let's go ahead and clean this up. In order to do that, we need to do, actually I want to comment this out again. And so we're going to do German greeting dot remove. And here we see we remove at, and then our string index. So let's see here. What do we want to remove? Let's remove before the end. So we'll do German greeting dot index to before, and then German greeting dot end index. Okay, so what does it remove? It removes the G at the end, which is what I wanted. So that's how you would do that. Insert contents of, I don't believe applies anymore. Let's see. Yep, because we have this successor here, which is not accurate. So let's delete that. Okay, so insert contents of at has been renamed to insert contents of at. So we'll do insert. Let's comment that out for just a moment. Insert contents of at. So contents of the collection, which will be u dot characters at index. So we'll do German greeting start index. Right, and so it tacks on the U in front of the start of this string. Okay, so that's changed quite a bit. So it's no longer insert contents with the little c of and then at parentheses at the wrong or that colon at the wrong spot. So it's yeah, that's correct. So this is how it's supposed to look. For some reason, my cursor is a question mark. No idea why. Okay. Okay, there we go. We have a regular cursor now. Let's see about this remove range. Okay, so advanced by is no longer available. So let's go ahead and comment this out. So it's no longer remove range, it is remove at. So we have remove at, and we also have remove sub range. That's probably the one I would need, I believe, for this. Okay, let's comment that out as well. Alright, so remove at. Let's see. So we're going to remove a single character from a string at a specified index. Did I do that up here? I did. So this is remove at up here. So we've already touched that. So remove subrange. Basically what that does is removes a substring at a specified range. So let's remove the end. So let's remove this TA. So we'll do German greeting dot remove. Okay, well first we need to do the range. So let's go ahead and set the range. So let range equal German greeting dot index. Let's see, so it's from the end. So we'll do German greeting dot end index, and then offset that by I believe it would be -1, maybe -2. I'm going to do -2, see what happens, to the end. That might not work, but I'm going to give it a try. Okay, so now we'll do German greeting dot remove subrange. There we go. And now we just type in range. Oh, I did. So as you see, I said -2, so I was thinking about going back 2, and it did cut off the TA at the end. Actually, I could probably do 3 and just cut off that hyphen as well. And there, the hyphen goes bye-bye. Alright, so in order to do subrange, you actually have to set the range first and then insert that into the remove subrange. Or you could just copy all of this nonsense right into there, just to make it easier, I guess. But you can do it this way too. I'm just saying. Okay, so let's go ahead and delete this because this no longer applies. Alright, so comparing strings and characters, I believe this is about the same. Comparison stuff is tends to be pretty straightforward. I don't think this has changed at all. But let's find out. Oh, is it gonna run? Nope, I have to push play. Okay, yes, so that all applies. Let's see if this applies. Okay, that also applies. I don't know if suffix works anymore, so let's try that. Okay, so has suffix is still applicable. I'm pretty sure has prefix is also applicable. Alright, so there we go. That's all the changes for Swift. A lot has changed as far as manipulating and inserting, removing characters and whatnot. Like almost all of that has changed. Definitely all the indices have changed. I'm gonna actually just delete that. Actually, wait. Yes, so that definitely works. Yeah, now I know why I commented out, because it was pretty gnarly. Okay, so we've gone through quite a bit of changes. Accessing, modifying a string, and inserting, removing has also changed quite a bit. As far as everything else is pretty similar. It's still a lot to get kind of used to. And so in my next video, I'm going to show you what I did for my app, in which I manipulate the strings or the content that's put in by the user, and instead of having them dictate, what a title is or whatnot, I made my program a little bit smart so that it can tell if something is a title, and if there isn't, then it defaults to like a set number of characters to output. So join me for that if you want to see that in action. It definitely uses Swift 3, 4. Again, Swift is pretty interesting when it comes to that kind of stuff. So if you want an actual real world example of that, stay tuned for the next video where I kind of give you a preview of what I was working on. So if you find this video helpful at all, just give it a thumbs up. If you want to stay notified of any videos that I upload, definitely subscribe and hit that notification, selection. Alright, friends, keep calm and code on.